Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Armstrong, and thank you for joining me today. Today, what we're going to do is discuss something that I feel is of grave concern and of grave importance as well. And that is, what is the church's role in mental health and in preventing suicide as a whole in our community? The grave concern that I have is that increasingly suicide has become way too common among us in the Black community. We know this is Suicide Prevention Month, and we want to shed a light onto everything about it as much as we can to educate our community. It's a very grave role, and is increasingly affecting our community. However, the church can play a very pivotal role in addressing this. And as a psychotherapist, I've seen the profound impact of community support, especially in moments of despair and hopelessness. Understanding what the concern is. Understanding what the concern is. Statistics in recent years states that suicide and suicidal ideation within the Black community has alarmingly risen. So therefore, it is crucial that we come together and attack this and address this head on. Okay. Now, what are some of the underlying factors, the causes of this multifaceted, complicated phenomenon of taking your own life? It includes systemic racism, socio-economic challenges, and the historical reluctance to discuss mental health openly due to stigma. I feel as though the community has a source of power. Okay, the community has a source of power that they can put forth the effort to help. The church. The church has always been a cornerstone in the Black community and serving as a place of refuge, guidance, and solidarity. Its influential position can be harnessed to combat the growth rates of suicide. The communal ties. The communal ties. The communal ties, along with the church ties, should be an integrated, woven partnership that both the church and the community come together and address this. Here's what I don't like to see, folks. I don't like to see the church say you can just pray your psychological symptoms away. Just pray it away. Just pray it away. I often tell people this. Jesus himself, and these are for those who are Christian. Jesus had a doctor on his staff. Luke, the Apostle Luke, was a physician. If Jesus saw the need for one of the 12 to be a physician, and we don't know exactly what type of physician Luke was, but we know that he was a physician. And he also made the statement that those who are whole, meaning those who have no ailment, no sickness, they don't need a physician. To contrast that, those who are sick, they need a physician. There's nothing wrong in having faith in going to a doctor, in having faith in going to a mental health practitioner, whether it is a psychiatrist, psychologist, therapist, life coach. There's no problem in that whatsoever. Actually, your faith can actually help you in your healing process. We have to stop fighting against it. Okay. Now, from a psychological standpoint, strong community ties reduce the feeling of isolation. Being part of a supportive community provides a buffer against stress and mental health challenges, okay? Which the church should be part of the community, all right? And we're back to something that is a common course here, creating the safe spaces. We need to have open conversations, folks. Encourage discussions around mental health within the church setting. Normalize conversations about stress, despair, and emotional well-being. All right? What I'm about to say now just might kind of step on the toes of some people. But we need to offer training for our church leaders, our pastors, ministers, laypersons, on recognizing the signs of distress, providing initial support, and directing individuals to professional help when needed. We also need to integrate our mental health resources with the church. Professional collaboration. Okay? And I do consider churches as a professional and spiritual place. Collaborate with local mental health professionals to provide resources, workshops, counseling sessions for your church members, so that you as a pastor or as a layperson can help recognize signs and help your parishioner overcome some of these psychological challenges. Okay? Use the church as a platform to spread awareness about mental health resources, crisis helplines, and local support groups. Let's not shun those things, but let's shed light on them, because understand this. Yes, God can solve everything, but there are resources available. Okay? Let's look at our mental health well-being. There's always the holistic approach. A good friend of mine is a holistic therapist. We have to recognize that mental well-being is as vital as physical and spiritual health. So we need to incorporate teachings that promote emotional resilience and coping skills. Prayer and support. Prayer and support groups. We should organize regular gatherings focused on sharing personal struggles, providing mutual support, and uplifting each other through prayer. This is what we need to be doing. This is what the church is for. The church is all about its historical and influential role in the Black community and the positions that it provides as a unique opportunity and place to address the issue of suicide prevention, along with other physical and psychological ailments. By fostering open conversation, folks, we begin to nurture and support the environment, and integrating mental health resources with our churches. It can make a significant stride in our community and our community's well-being. As we often say, right? Now, we often say this, it takes a village, and our church can be that forefront of this crucial mission. All right. So, folks, listen. In conclusion, It's time now that we close the divide. We need to close the divide. We need to have the church be more open and the community be more open to talking about the struggles of mental health, suicide ideation, and prevent it. We need our people, okay? Understand this. God is definitely a healer. God can heal anybody. But he has given the gifts to certain people to allow them to aid in the healing of his people. To our pastors and church leaders out there, don't shun it. Don't shun it. Nobody's trying to take your place, but we're trying to help you as you help God's people. So thank you for today, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week.